Good morning, everybody. Brooke and Mr. Nugget with Mrs. Cog Hill Farm, and we're out doing chores this morning. I thought, what better way to get things done than have the sheriff go around with me and point out what needs to be done first. So Nugget's going to come along. Also, you know, my little buddy Dee Dee's got to be in the mix, so she's coming too. And hopefully we will have something entertaining for you today. All right, Miss Peaches, enjoy your breakfast. I got Loretta soaking. She's not squealing yet. You got to be first this morning because you're just not as loud. All right, Pocket, you ready, girl? I gotta show y'all something about Pocket. She's got a little hair stuck to the outside of her bowl. We've been brushing out this winter coat, which it's first thing in the morning, so she's back looking woolly, but you can see, look at how it's coming out. I mean, it's just coming out by the handful. So we've been brushing her every day trying to get that winter coat out. Good morning, Mr. Sylvester. How are you? Oh, I see your sweet brother over here. Bramble. Look at you, pretty boy. I knew you had to come up and see me this morning. Yes, you are looking mighty fine. Yes, you are. Love some scratches. I saw Miss Biscuit out in front of the barn this morning. So the cows have been fed. You can see everybody's separated the way they're supposed to. Matilda's getting her lubricant down there on that side. But what I wanted to show y'all is something I noticed yesterday. Goodness, I feel some raindrops. It is quite cloudy, but it's only a 20% chance of rain. But that 2 out of 10 is about to become 10 out of 10, it seems. So I'm driving down in front of the property over here, and I look over at Pocket's scratching post, and y'all just saw how her hair's coming out, and we've been helping that come out. But she's been helping it come out too. And this is a big benefit of her scratching post. Look at all of that horse hair, not hay, that has accumulated in that brush. Amazing. So you know as well as I do, when that hair's coming out, she's probably a little bit itchy. Bramble said he likes to use it too. And it's serving its purpose, that's for sure, because it's completely all the way around the scratching post, her hair, but she seems to like one side a little better than the other. You like it too, don't you, buddy? It feels good on you. All right, Miss Loretta, you're going to enjoy your breakfast just like Miss Peaches, and I've got you shut up in here so nobody can come bother you. You can open it when you get finished. I know what happens when we don't shut it. Those emu boys like to come in here and disturb you. You need a bib. Yes, you do. Peaches doesn't eat like that. Got one more thing I got to take care of here before I move on. That is get the calendulas out of the freeze dryer. This is the 25th set of trays. Well, 25 trays, I should say, have ran through the freeze dryer. So we have accumulated quite a bit of calendula that has been freeze dried. Miss Laura's already got some soaking in some sweet almond oil, and I'm going to get these as well as some other bags that I just completed over to her. So we should have some calendula salve on the menu for the summer, if everything goes well. Well, Sheriff, you didn't offer very much help, I must say. All you're doing is looking at my earrings and trying to see what kind of shiny things you can get. Now that's okay. We're going to the chickens, and this is something that you can help with. So come on, follow me. Come on. Sheriff doesn't obey orders either. Oh, maybe he does. Going to the chickens, gonna get them completed, and then we'll be on our way to something that I think y'all will find interesting. Some of y'all may already know this information, but some of you may not. And I must say, our bird-loving daughter is who informed me of this, and I never had any clue that this was a possibility. Yeah, see, I knew this would interest you. This is more your speed, isn't it, buddy? I know you've always been a chicken man, And quite frankly, they're closer to you design-wise than any other animal on the farm. Where are you going, Nug? Where are you going? Look, I'll even give you a little of their special treat this morning. Here y'all go, girls and guys. Here I am filming up in the air again. All right, let's see, Nugget. This scoop. Oh yeah, you coming in. This scoop is quite shiny, so you ought to appreciate that. Yeah, see? You can help. You get treats when you help. My goodness. You had breakfast already. You act like you hadn't had anything. Let's see, a little bit more. I'm not going to let you just sit here and gorge, but... All right, that's good, that's good, that's good, that's good. Give the rest of it to your chicken friend. Okay, girls. We got to go see how many eggs y'all laid yesterday. Y'all have been on a roll here lately. Those little baskets are not serving any purpose anymore. If I don't start out with a big one, then I'm overflowing and dropping eggs on the way to the barn. So I have a feeling that's the... Nugget. Y'all know the electricity's not on, or he wouldn't be doing that. But when I come out of the coop, he may be in here just getting his treats himself. We shall see. All right, first up, we're gonna look up in the rafters. No egg up there, but y'all, yesterday I got 2 from up here. So that tells me there's more than one ancona that's choosing to lay up there, which, I mean, it's okay. I know to look up there. I don't want eggs sitting up there and just collecting and, you know, being a snake attractant or something of the sort. I want to know where they are. So I'm not going to put a nesting box up high for her. I know where she lays. I've got another nesting box on order, and we're going to provide more than ample space for the amount of chickens that we have. She chooses to lay up there, I'll just have to know that and gather them every day. Oh goodness, there goes one, scooting along. I already see an egg that's up in here that just came out of the conveyor belt, so to speak. It's still sticky. The girl's kind of trapped in there because I put this bar up. What a beautiful egg she laid. We're going with this basket today because from the looks of this side, it's going to be a lot of eggs. And I got to work fast. 7, 8, 10. Oh no! Put that back up. Okay, let's put the bar. Oh, another one rolled out. Look at there. Another wet egg. You can see how shiny it is. That's the bloom or the protective coating. And you can almost visibly see it drying before our eyes. See how the color's kind of getting less shiny? All right, so we got 13 on this side. Let me move over. I guess I can't count because I got 16 on that side. Hey, I let the other side down just for you. 18. Got a big one here. This is number 20 and a feather. Look at that. You can see a normal size egg to that one. You didn't lay this one, did you? No. 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 33, 34, 35. One short of 3 dozen. Can we find one egg in here, girls? Can we find just one egg? None. I know, don't peg me. Nope, not gonna find one. But it will happen because we got 3 girls on this side and 2 on the other side. I have a little S-hook that I hung up here and put my scrapers up. So if I do need to, you know, scrape the perches or whatever the nesting box covers, I have them right here in the coop and I don't have to go look for them. Would y'all look at here? We have ourselves a big giant chicken. Nugget. Really, buddy? I mean, you can hang out with them as long as you want to, but I'm not staying in here. And chickens don't clean shoes, but you do. Go ahead and have you some good Klombach laying pellets. Klombach laying pellets are, well, let's see. Since I'm in here, I have this bag that was just a little bit left over, and I didn't have enough room in my 50-pound feeder. Let's go to this one, because I keep them full all the time. And you can see they make a little bit of a mess, but it is really handy to be able to put 50 pounds of feed in at a time and not have to worry about chickens not having feed. Yeah, you can help me with this. Yes, you can. Come around. We're going to get this poured in there so we won't have that. It just wouldn't fit, Nugget. There just wasn't enough space in there to make the 50-pound bag fit. So that's my hand. I put the leftovers in the coop. Come on, buddy. Oh my goodness. It's not like I can put him on a leash or something and make him come over here. And he just steps over the fence. I'm sure he hits it a little bit, but wonder what they think about him. You know, he's seen chickens a lot, but they haven't seen emus a lot. Just when he comes in here and walks around. Hey, look, look, come on, come on, look, come on. Atta boy, come on. Come on, you're smart. Come on, let's go this way. Atta boy, come on, come on, come on. Oh, well, I didn't expect this to happen. Come on. Come on, let's go this way. Come on. Atta boy, come on. Come on, let's go. No, no, not that way. Come on, come on. Come on, the gate's over here. Look. Atta boy, come on. Come on out. Come on. Atta boy. Make a turn. Well, I got him out, and I will shut the gate so he won't have to be exposed to any kind of electric fencing, because he's obviously tempted to go back in there, and I won't soon forget that. Good boy. You sure are a good boy. You got hot too, didn't you? You might be getting ready for a swim. All right, gate is closing behind you, Nugget. Well, he appears to be going on about his business, and I'm gonna take these eggs back to the barn. Well, y'all can probably see I'm no longer at the barn, and I've made my way to the fruit orchard, where we have every birdhouse occupied by some species of bird. This particular one that I'm stopping at first has been stolen by house sparrows. And house sparrows are something that is very invasive, and they tend to steal the bluebirds' nesting spots, and it just it's not a good thing. But you know, you can only do so much to deter those birds from stealing nest spots. But here, let's see, I don't know if I can reach up high enough for you to see the babies. I don't know if we could see that or not. I've gotten this camera on something where it's zooming in instead of going down. So y'all know I don't claim to be any kind of videographer. I'm using this camera because, well, it's supposed to be easy for me, but sometimes it doesn't serve so easy. Anyway, that was a house sparrow nest. And as we walk down the fruit row, at the end down here, there's another nest in this crabapple tree. But that's not the one I want to show y'all. The one I want to show you is on the ground. And some of you may have figured out what it is just by me saying on the ground. So killdeer, K-I-L-L-D-E-E-R, live just about everywhere in the United States, y'all. And she's doing it right now. she stopped. She displays like she's got a broken wing to deter people or predators from her nesting site. Now these, let's see, I can't see it in the camera. Where are they? So a killdeer will lay several eggs. I think she may be done, but she wasn't sitting when I came over here. She's still just walking around the nest kind of in guard mode. So she may not be finished laying yet. You can see we've got a little stick and a big rock here marking it, but we're going to do something better than that. We've just found the nest, so want to make sure that nobody steps on it. This is in the middle of a fruit orchard aisle that you can see. And I'd been seeing her hang out over here, but y'all, they just pick the craziest places to lay eggs, literally in the gravel most of the time. And I just heard that was a bluebird. They're so, well, they just act like they have a broken wing. And that way they will deter predators from their nest in order to make them try to go after them. All right, y'all, here's the killdeer mama. She's just patrolling, or that may be the daddy. Nugget is walking over that way, so let's see if he or she doesn't display that broken wing to try to get him to go another direction. That's not where the nest is, by the way. She's going towards Nugget. It's pretty smart. The first time I ever heard of one was Mary Carl was in elementary school when we lived in our hometown of Selma, Alabama. And on the playground, there was a bird out there and all the kids thought it was hurt. And she got in the car and she was telling me about it. And she said, Mama, it was a killdeer. And I'd never heard of such, but her, even as a second grader or such, she knew what it was, and she was trying to deter the kids from trying to get the bird, you know, because that's just something that kids want to do. And of course, they didn't know that the bird wasn't injured. They didn't realize that there was a nest somewhere, and that was the bird's way of trying to get the kids to go after the bird instead of stepping on her eggs. And a lot of them don't make it. So they're doing some conservation efforts in order to find killdeer nesting spots and try to figure out more about the nesting pattern that those birds make. However, they're not endangered or anything. It's just a strange thing that they do. As we walk down to the old barn, you can see my very well developed area that I worked on, and I showed y'all that in my last video. But it's the ryegrass is just about to come to an end. That's okay, because we got some warm season coming in, and it should do a good job with covering this summer. And we've had killdeer on this property since we've bought it, and just know that they have laid eggs before, but never actually laid eyes on them. So we were, you know, knew to be careful in that fruit orchard area, because that's where two of the birds were hanging out. And I don't know how I saw that single egg the other day, but I did. And when I did, I was so excited. I put the marker beside it. I knew she was coming back to lay more. And of course, you know, we don't want to accidentally run over it or do anything to hurt it, but I've never seen one before. And they're such pretty little eggs, large eggs. I mean, the killdeer's a plover, and it's a good size. It's probably a little bit bigger than an American robin, but their eggs are really, really big. Look-a here. Look-a here. Well, I can't do it again. I don't know how to get off this zooming in instead of... Pink, you're just going to have to stand right there, because this is all I can do. I can't move the joystick anymore. Happy to report that Miss Pink comes to the barn Most every night, there are times when she doesn't come, but most every night she comes and she stays there at night, and it makes us feel much better to know that she is safe. Now, the bobtail cat I see a lot of. Just about every time I come down here, I see the bobtail cat. But the gray one that I had neutered, I haven't seen him. Mary Carl saw him one time since he was fixed. Maybe he just moved on. Let me tell y'all this. I don't need to be that close. Now what have I done? I went to our feed store that's on the other side of town, and a gentleman that works there lives through the woods on the other side of the road from where we are, and he asked me if we had a lot of problems with cats. And I said, you mean like stray cats? And he said, yeah. He said, every time I go out in my backyard, there's a new cat, and they've made a trail through the back of my property. I said, yeah, I've seen quite a few stray cats on my property. As a matter of fact, I just had 2 of them neutered. So he's got the problem as well, and I have a feeling it's just mama cat that's around, and she's continuously having babies. And if I start seeing more cats, I will do more trapping and more spaying and neutering, but I haven't seen anything new down here. So I'm headed down to the old lean-to, which is, it's at the old barn. It's got some of our stuff stored up under it, and if y'all listen to our lives, you know I'm trying to clean that out because I really want to tear it down. It's deteriorated so bad. Not the old barn. This is an old lean-to. I think that they may have used it for feeding pigs or something like that in the past, but it has seen its better day, and it's actually just becoming a hazard on the property. So I want to get all the stuff that's stored under it out from under it, except for one thing. My tricycle that I got last year, the electric tricycle, has been stored down here under it. And that is because I wasn't riding it in the winter. I was using my Bighorn side-by-side. Well, I came down here to get my tricycle because I thought, well, the weather's warmed up and I'm going to bring it up to the house. Lo and behold, I find a nest on the back of it, a bird nest. I said, well, there goes that idea. I won't be moving it. The bird nest had 1 little egg in it at the time, and every time I would come down here, I would look in there and there'd be another egg. Well, I figured out that it is a wren that's laid the eggs, and her little eggs are so pretty. They're just little cream-colored eggs with little rust-colored specks or red-colored specks, little tiny eggs. Then one day I go down and I look, and there's an egg that's not like the rest of them. And I thought, that's odd. And so I took a picture of it and I showed it to Mary Carl, and she confirmed. Y'all, there is a bird, and it is called a brown-headed cowbird. It's a member of the blackbird species. The males are brown and black, and the females are brown. It can be found in most of North America, so you probably know what I'm talking about. It lays eggs in over 200 different species of birds' nest. It chooses these nests by the species and will lay sometimes more than one, but usually only 1 egg in another bird's nest. And a lot of times, those birds don't even care if there's a different egg in there. They don't do anything about it. But you got certain species, such as bluebirds and cedar waxwings, they recognize that that is not one of their eggs, and they will puncture a hole in it and throw that bird's eggs out because they know it's not one of theirs. Now, while the bluebirds and the waxwings, along with a few others, will indeed take those eggs and throw them out, there's a bird called a northern yellow warbler, and that bird's too small to do any puncturing of the eggs or throwing them out of their nest. So you know what they do? They build another nest on top of that nest and cover it up so that they won't have any of that foreign intruders' eggs in their nest. I tell you, animals just amaze me. Birds, yeah, probably more so than others because Mary Carl does a lot of research and she tells me things and I learn something new every day. My biggest fear when I saw that she had made a nest again, this year it's a little bit lower than what she's chosen in the past. Usually it's up in the rafters of this lean-to, but this year it's on my tricycle, which is a fairly low spot. My biggest concern was there's cats down here, and you know what cats do. They like to eat birds. So hopefully she will be able to brood this crew of chicks and not have any susceptibility to the cats that are down here, but there's nothing I can do about that. You know, nature has to take its course, and she will have to realize that that wasn't a good place to lay her eggs, and hopefully do better next year. But I'm not going to move the nest on the count of there being a threat to her. I am going to show you her nest and show you the differences in the eggs. Okay, so she's sitting on the nest right now, and I don't want her to get off. So I'm just going to show you a picture of what I took the day that I came down and realized that she had a different kind of egg. And y'all, mind you, it's kind of blurry, but you'll get the idea. So also under this old lean-to is a Eastern Phoebe nest. And I believe she has eggs as well. Yep, how many? Oh, please don't tell me there's a brown-headed egg in there as well. Looks like 5 little eggs in there. And you can see that she has built her nest out of mostly moss. So what usually happens with those baby cowbirds is they will hatch before the other chicks hatch. And so they're larger birds, more than likely, than the other kind, and they will grow faster. So that means they're probably going to get the bulk of the food and the care, which is, well, it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. But, you know, it's nature. And I can't wait to see when they hatch. And there's actually 4 of one kind and 1 of another in both of the nest. It's going to be interesting. I've always heard about it, well, from Mary Carl, but I've never actually seen it happen. And of course, when they hatch, one of them were to fall out of the nest, you can safely pick up a young bird and put it back in the nest. That's a myth that mamas won't take the babies back. Birds actually have a very poor sense of smell and rely on sight more so than anything. And so if you see one, unless it's a fledgling that's trying to fly, more than likely leave it be unless it's being threatened. Then put it back on a limb and allow it to get out of harm's way. But baby birds will be accepted by the mama if you touch them. Well, it's obvious to me that she's not finished laying all of her eggs. They typically lay 4 eggs in a clutch, although it could be 3 to 6. So she's not sitting, and that tells me it's not quite time yet. But we are definitely going to have that area protected, and hopefully nothing will get her eggs, nor will anything unintentionally step on it. Well, Miss Tucker, I know that this is your spot now. We can look out the window at any given time and see Tucker laying in this potted plant that's right over here on the side yard. And she finds it to be a cozy lookout. Gonna get down? Yeah, you're the most vocal cat we have. Yes, you are. Well, y'all, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed, as well as I did, learning about the brown-headed cowbird as well as the killdeer. I wish Mary Carl would come on camera, but we respect her wishes as to not, and maybe one day she'll change her mind. But until then, I enjoy sharing what I learned from her, passing it on to you guys, and hopefully you find it as fascinating as I do. We will continue to update on those brown-headed cowbirds, because that's going to be quite interesting to me to see once they hatch and see that mama coming in flying and feeding a child that's none like the others. But that's the way it goes. So until next time, y'all be good.